Team Secret's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Secret going up against Ninjas in Pyjamas. Of course, we give a big welcome to everyone who's tuning in on the stream, as well as tuning in inside the game for Team Secret versus NiP. This full best of 3. I'm Toby1. I am joined by Merlini. We've waited 3 days before we get to cast together. 3 days.
It's been too long, Toby.
It has. It has. But
We're like a bad love story.
A bad love story? Like the worst
like
possible?
Twilight.
Like a bad chick flick. Hey.
Actually, I never watched Twilight, so I don't actually know if it's bad.
Yeah, you can't knock it till you try
5
it.
seconds remaining.
I don't think that's
Maybe
the case.
It was bad as Serendipity.
I have not watched that.
It is possibly one of the worst ever chick flicks ever created by
How
man.
many have you watched, Toby?
A large amount. I worked at a movie store.
Oh.
And they're always on sale.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah, I'll use it. Let's talk about teams, man, because now we're in the serious business time. So Secret, NiP, Secret up there as one of the favorites next to Bears. Ninjas in Pyjamas playing very confidently as well. I think you'd expect to see both of these two teams getting through into the semi-finals from the group stage.
Definitely Secret. NiP just depended on some of the teams that were more unknown that haven't played in the past couple of months. Did they actually not play in the past couple of months, or were they scrimming discreetly? And it seemed more the former. And after I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, NiP has this. So these teams actually both play Naga. NiP don't play Coddle, so I don't know if they're gonna ban it right here. But
it's kind of funny you say that, because they used to play a lot of Coddle. It used to be their big weakness. Synderen would play the Coddle and not get enough farm, not get anywhere near.
That is not a good 5. Coddle does not make for a 5, I think.
Yeah, that's what they ran him as.
I don't actually think they banned it that often in the group stage too for Europe.
Coddle not in the first 2. At the same time, like
I think they need to ban
like,
it.
Coddle, IO, I think was another one. Team Secret would normally take that when it gets through the first phase. But I see why Qualifiers doing his ban with the Embassy. That was the other combination. I know CC and I were talking about that with the IO and Ember, where it's just unstoppable in the mid.
Pretty strong. I think mid 1, he can play Invoker against it though. So it's not the, or sorry, Quakefoot can play Invoker against it. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. So first pick Centaur. NiP haven't shown that they play Keeper at all. So Secret can probably grab Centaur and Keeper. That is a godly opener if I've seen one. NiP, what is Quakefoot going to pick first?
It's a good question.
They like CM a decent amount, Zhang King. I don't know if they want to first phase those. Okay, I guess they will. First phase CM. When they're still Keeper. This could end poorly, Toby.
She's got one of the best stun lockdowns in the game. Just because like you and a lot of other people here, and almost a lot of other people in the scene have got this hard on right now for Pure for Light.
Have you seen his win rate?
Yes.
It's
quite good. There's only a couple of heroes who have a better win rate than Keeper the Light.
None that have been picked nearly as much.
But it's because Keeper the Light in every other scene but SEA, because they got picked a couple of times in SEA and got trashed. Because the win rate doesn't look as good on paper when you look at something like 40% or 45%.
Really?
Yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of games, but not all of them will win. One of the best win rates actually goes to Ogre, I think. Who's up there next to Slaughter. So they were having a good time. But Slaughter always came in as a pole position with the Darkseer combination, but Secret banned out in the first phase, so we didn't see it this time around, but you get the Darkseer anyway. So consistent offlaner.
Hani's been really good on the Crystal Maiden too. I think he's actually one of the better ones that I've seen.
There's our Invoker up and running for Secret. So again, I don't think there's many surprises coming through this first phase. I'm interested to see the tempo that Ninjas in Pyjamas play, like if they focus more on teamfight. Because NiP, with their Tinker they played earlier, Quakefoot kind of just delayed the game and won the game, or tried to win the game by himself. That was when they played up against Pro Gaming. I wonder if they want to try to slow things down and play that kind of passive start.
Team secrets.
or if they just
turn
want to go
ban.
all in for the team fight.
I think you're
Darkseer
going
back
for the
into
team
something
fight.
big.
Yeah, if you have Darkseer and Crystal Maiden, I think you need to play early.
Is it dangerous to do that though when you're going up against a Centaur? We've seen a lot of like Aghanim Stampedes, which
Going
are
late is not good. He gets eggs and then you're just boned.
Radiant
No,
team
win the
ban.
team fight and then push the high ground.
I think they do need strong team fight though, because if you split up, you're just gonna get hoof stomped into double edge into Sunstrike, which is instant death for most heroes. Definitely for Crystal Maiden, and
10
likely
seconds
for any
remaining.
split pusher that they may pick. Yeah,
5
Tinker, as you mentioned,
seconds
is looking.
remaining.
Keeper, Naga banned. Naga played by both
Reserve
teams.
time.
So, nothing unusual. Sounds like a slow start to the day. Come on, move through the bounty hunter
Team
ban.
secrets turn to ban.
It's nothing out of the ordinary yet. The bounty hunter bans we've even seen in the first two up against Team Secret during the group stages. That's understandable.
I wonder if they're gonna ban like the combinations with Darkseer though. They're not
10
scared of like a Earth
seconds
Spirit,
remaining.
Spirit Breaker, any of those that can dual lane with the Darkseer
5
very easily.
seconds remaining.
A little tough.
Reserve
Maybe that's just
time.
the rotation. Like if you got some good control. Because most of those heroes, wait, was it the Rubik? Normally play quite well against that, and that's something which Team Secret don't have a single support yet. They're pretty open with what. We also have to keep in mind too that Ninja Pyjamas have been going for this odd kind of jungler kind of style. I don't know if we're going to do it this time around, but we're doing the Venomman instead of Alchemist combination. The Alchemist running mid, bouncing around all the runes, but they only did it on Dire side.
Radiant
It's a lot more
team
efficient
pick.
on Dire side than Radiant. So maybe not for this first game.
They could easily do Enigma too. Because
Oh, yeah.
Crystal Maiden can't roam offensive jungle very easily. She's really slow and she needs her 2 in her own jungle. So you usually can get like a free level
10
3 by the time
seconds
Crystal Maiden
remaining.
can come over. And I think that Enigma is kind of what they need for the big
5
team fight. Centaur's
seconds
decent and
remaining.
Invoker's decent, but I think Darkseer Crystal Maiden's already a pretty potent duo.
Reserve time.
And we had KheZu actually playing an Enigma earlier in the group.
Yeah, he was off lane.
Yeah, he was the offlane, and there was only one person that could actually counter him once again. And that was
Team
a
secrets
Slaughter,
turn
and he
to
had to
pick.
blink in behind him and only way to stop his black hole.
That's so sad.
It was actually the worst, like, because you knew you couldn't win a team fight. But it made it great for Team Secret. They ended up taking the game very, very comfortably.
10 seconds
But Elder Titan,
remaining.
here we've seen Alliance favor a lot for space creation.
5 seconds remaining.
Now comes in for NiP.
This was a hero that Synderen actually couldn't play often
Reserve
when
time.
Elder Titan was very popular. It was one of the weaknesses when I casted them in the last qualifiers, is that
Radiant
they couldn't
team
play
pick.
Elder Titan. So I don't know if it's going to be Hani or
When
Synderen on
you
that.
say couldn't play Elder Titan,
They never picked it, and he was first pick, first ban material.
okay,
So they always had to ban
so
it
they
because
just
they couldn't
dodged
play
him
it.
and they.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume that
10
means you couldn't play it,
seconds
because if you're
remaining.
first pick and you can play it, you just leave it in the pool.
Yeah.
So if you're first pick and you have to ban it, it
5
definitely
seconds remaining.
did not bode so well for them in the draft.
Have a chance this time around, but
Reserve
Team Secret
time.
now pick up their IO. So, welcome to a little bit of global presence, a lot of sustain, and one of the signature heroes of Team.
That is a lot of global presence.
Can you still get away with running something like the Enigma for Team Secret? Or do
I don't think so.
you
Not
don't
when
do it now with that IO already picked?
I think the Elder Titan actually is really good for the split. Can interrupt it very easily, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem very great with the IO too. You're gonna have really weak lanes. Because IO Invokers not particularly strong. IO Centaur you usually don't see that combination, so IO needs to find probably that safe lane partner for them to bully. And then Darkseer generally just wins his lane in most one-on-one matchups, and he has a Crystal Maiden aura on his side. You could easily have the Elder Titan up there if they wanted to duel offlane that.
If you
So
want to punch him out. Which means then, like, you almost need to see the strongest support hero out from Secret. Hello, Alchemist. He's back
Team
for Ninjas in
secrets
Pyjamas.
turn to pick.
Leaves them
Mm.
only with the one position as the question mark. Even though NiP sometimes run era with the Alchemist through the qualifiers, I think it's been exclusively Koifa.
I like this draft a lot. from NiP. They're scared of
10
like the passive
seconds
farmers, like the ones that can stall. The Naga and the Tinker, they both banned out because Secret
5
thinks they can take them in a
seconds
head-on
remaining.
head fight. But if they go Alchemist, Team Secret's forced to come to them
Reserve
too.
time.
Can you do that with the IO unless you get an aggressive mid?
I don't
But
actually
you've already
know.
got the Invoker there.
Yeah, so who are they going to actually pair with the IO? It might just be a Pylite IO, like Iron Talon IO too. So it might just be,
Yeah, true.
you know,
They-
IO.
They've jungled the IO.
It's not so bad.
Oh, it's actually efficient. Like 3 minutes in, I think he hit level 4.
Yeah.
When he was uncontested.
ET can interrupt it though. ET's I think one of the better heroes to contest because he has a lot of move speed. He's pretty tanky and he is
Radiant team ban.
his level 1 is really good with the spirit.
So we get Timber Soul 1 position from Team Secret. So not a hell of a lot of like the Timber obviously has a lot of burst, but if he gets controlled, it puts a lot of
10
pressure on the
seconds
Invoker to keep
remaining.
doing damage in these fights.
NiP have no BKB heroes though, so it's actually
5
okay that they picked the
seconds
Timber Soul.
remaining.
The only hero, the hero that's most likely to buy BKB is actually the Crystal Maiden, I would say in this
Reserve
game,
time.
which is, you know, you can kind of deal with the ultimate, just Stampede out or
10
Ag
seconds
Stampede
remaining.
and just tank it. No big deal for them.
But NiP still have one last hero. Still the era hero we're looking for.
Team Secret's turn to ban.
So what's your best counter? Like you're looking for your one big core position. What's able to take out Team Secret the early farm? Do you just look to the Alchemist, or does Era like play a space creation yanking hero early on?
It depends on what you see Team Secret do. If you're completely comfortable with your late game, which I think they
5
probably
seconds
should be because
remaining.
they have Alchemist, you just pick, I don't know, anyone that can use Ags is pretty standard.
Team Secret's
Ursa
turn
is
to
pretty
pick.
good, Jug's pretty good, but I don't know how Secret's gonna round out their lineup. It's okay late game because of the Invoker, but I don't know.
They need a roaming support, right? Like, because right now they're not going to affect the Alchemist. And Koiva's been doing this thing
10
where he keeps
seconds
controlling
remaining.
all the runes.
Mhm.
Like, he keeps going up, he'll grab one bounty rune, TP to his tier 2
5
tower,
seconds
run to the second
remaining.
bounty rune. In this case, he'll use the Shrine TP.
It doesn't have to be a
on the
roaming
Radiant.
support though. It could still be the Enigma
Reserve
that you
time.
mentioned. Because I think
Isn't that going to be greedy, though? If you're
It
already thinking
is.
about running the IO, you need to have a support with control.
but
Like,
they might lose the
where's
late
the
game.
control going to come from? You may as well just pick a Weaver on NiP and say, hey, we're going to win this
10
game now, because
seconds
you've got no
remaining.
lockdown.
Debatable.
Radiant team pick.
Alright. I don't think we've seen a Nyx support. At least in Europe.
Yeah, next support is it's when your hero really
10
counters
seconds
something.
remaining.
It's decent versus Darks here though. Like he's almost always gonna have Ion Shell in the fight, and
5
you can just
seconds
sunlock
remaining.
him whenever. Pretty decent at dealing with the Crystal Maiden. I think most importantly though, you can go into the opponent's
5
jungle
seconds
with
remaining.
a Nyx Assassin.
So VS will be the final
that's
one
a-
up for NiP.
That's a ton of minus armor.
Oh.
Luckily they drafted the Timbersaw though. The Timbersaw I think is pretty good because reactive, you don't really care about the natural order on Element Titan. You have tons of armor to tank the Alchemist and the Vengeful Spirit, but Secret I think slightly underhanded in the drafts. Dealing with the Alchemist is always quite finicky. You make a couple mistakes in the early game and Alchemist has 3 items.
Yep.
Kind of how it goes, and then
I just don't know how they're meant to stop the Alchemist in the... Like, Nyx Assassin... Rumor? Do you actually run, like, Timber in mid instead? And Invoker on the safe lane, so you have someone that can go up into the
I
front of
personally
Alchemist?
think so. I think they should run Invoker in the safe lane and
10
then Timber in that mid
seconds
lane, just so they can shut down this Alchemist. Alchemist is probably the most important hero here to shut down.
The right thing, and we'll go into the game.
Prepare
Hopefully we're having
for
no
battle.
sound issues again today, as I see our wonderful IT guy run in.
So Timbersaw picked up 2 mangoes, so that means he's going to be in the safe lane. It will still just be mid 1 in the mid lane. I don't think I've actually seen them swap up and go mid 1 in the safe lane and MP in the mid. MP used to be a mid laner, so I'm sure he could handle that.
Yep.
And I also think that all mid laners can play the safe lane. I think it's a little bit easier. So it wouldn't be too hard if they actually decided to do it. Centaur was not able to get his ward down. Oh, actually, he got a sentry down to block the big camp. Oh, there's a reserve ward placed too. That's some free money for KheZu.
Give it to him early on, or is there anyone else?
He's the only one that's going to be down there.
Yeah, true.
So Sunstrike the top lane to see if they were doing anything funny with their lanes. The thing about Vengeful Spirit is very easy to aggro with her, but I don't know. Versus Timbersaw, you don't really need to. You generally aggro against heroes that need to be shut down early. Terrorblade, things like that. Terrorblade, Slark, weak early game heroes. Timbersaw can definitely hold his own.
The battle begins.
Just letting everyone know too, like I know conventionality guys coming in here, there's a couple of sound issues which should be getting sorted out at the moment. Relax, everything will hopefully be fine.
400 gold for Koikba.
The money, it starts rolling in. I almost wait for them to just say both bounty runes for him, but Synderen's doing the block in mid. Kind of missed the timing, so mid one's gonna have the advantage in the lane.
But he has 600 gold, Toby.
So, do you instantly just win as Alchemist now? We're not going to go back into that era. The time when if you just pick up a bounty rune, you win as Alchemist. Thanks to the nerfs. So how's that bottom lane looking? So KheZu gonna have Hani as well as Era trying to chip away as much of his life as possible. He's still got a lot of consumables up his sleeve. And they're pushing him a long way back. Another Frostbite. Era doesn't actually have his stun available. So KheZu already has a trigger off his salve, but does show just how potent this lane can be with Hani and Era, but Hani's out of mana.
KheZu got the value tango too. Yeah, Connie's gonna have to pop his clarity right now. No return yet on the Centaur. That could potentially be a decent skill up for him, but he did go for the hoof stomp early.
What a surprise Paladai is doing this. Synderen's harassing the mid lane. I thought we'd be seeing him going a lot more in towards the jungle to try and stop the Io from doing his stuff. Because right now Paladai is doing the Iron Talon, like flash farming Io.
Yeah, Synderen's not usually the roamer though, but he is going to head over there and keep eyes on Pi. Pi does see him. Synderen cannot kill him.
But he can at least take the CS and force Paladai back out.
He's not gonna be
Paladai's
level
almost 3 levels already.
He's just trying to make sure that the Alchemist has a good game. If Alchemist has a good game, Secrets gameplay becomes very, very hard.
KheZu's out of consumables now.
He still has the shrine.
He's also making a break. He got the Invis rune. Potential gank if he wants to go in towards the mid. He's only got level 2 with return as well as Hoof Stomp. But the stun may be enough for mid one to do some work with the Sunstrike.
Yeah, he has the wave in a really good spot too. Like right outside his tower on the high ground. Koikva.
Oh, there's your teleport. The Sunstrike's right in the mark. Stream is down for Koikva. He'll go down. The stomp from Synderen just a little bit too late. Couldn't do enough damage.
That was a great stomp though. He hit all 3 heroes with that. The Sunstrike even got split with a range creep, but that's a pretty penny. 350 gold for a hero kill.
But then Koikva just runs up, picks up the bounty rune, and then will farm up the camps. So Synderen can take the experience in mid lane when they come back again. But we see this from Koikva. Nothing can really stop him. Even during the early group stage matches when he played the Alchemist, like he got shut down in the early phase. He sat at the 3rd highest net worth until 10 minutes in, and then just skyrocketed. His rotations, his timings with the Alchemist are just so good that I'm waiting to see Team Secret be a little bit more aggressive. They can't really do it yet. Like Puppey's level 2.5. He's probably the biggest roamer that they have.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest parts about playing a support next is getting
KheZu.
at level 6.
He's a little bit far up here. Synderen's moving over. They got Wave of Terror. That's -3 on the armor. The Stomp is out. The Magic Missile's also available. Way too much damage for a Centaur to tank through. So Era will take the kill.
Got a little bit greedy. Definitely not worth for him. At least he didn't use his TP. He will be able to go back into the mid lane. Mid one, how's his CS going? Looks like he's doing pretty well and not getting out CS completely by the Alchemist, so that's pretty good. Didn't feed that Force Spirit either. Nice, nice.
Puppey's first movement. Paladai is going to get the stun off. The stun strikes right in the mark, and Synderen. Food on the top rune.
They're not completely successful in their roaming. Crystal Maiden has had to commit a lot of resources to deal with the Centaur, and Synderen is also forced to kind of park himself in the mid lane because Alchemist has been under a decent amount of pressure.
Yeah. But this is what I was talking about with Quofa. TP out, grab the bounty rune, farm the camps, stack up when he can because he's got himself like a stack just below that.
His net worth is not that amazing though. Invoker going for the Ring of Basilius build. We haven't seen this too much. It's mostly just been Null into Midas, maybe with a raindrop, but usually no raindrop. So I think the early game is even more crucial for the Invoker than in other games, and he needs to be able to push the towers with the Bassi. Every little bit helps.
Got a smoke gang going. Arnie could be caught out of position. The stun's out. The Sunstrike's coming in as well. Damage is already done, however, and Synderen, once again, good 3-man stomp, but also comes after the kill has already happened.
They're slowly shutting off the map from NiP. Chopperoon has been controlled, bottom jungle has been controlled, so bottom bounty is now Team Secrets, and the area that Alchemist can farm is slowly but surely dwindling. They aren't able to get any stacks up either. The Centaur and the Nyx Assassin and the Wisp could easily take out a stack if they saw it.
Probably the reason why NiP is only stacking up in their secret shop. The most defensible place on the map for them.
They definitely know how to play against the Alchemist though. Go into the jungle very, very early on. It's 6 minutes into the game, but Secret have parked themselves onto this bottom lane with 3 heroes.
They really want to kill a Pilot Eye. Spirit's out, a quick tether away, but the Sunstrike right in the money. Era, he's in trouble, gets the stun over on Io, able to get the kill. 3 one-charges to revolve, he's in body blocked up by Synderen, needs his space, jukes it back down again, getting the distance away from Puppey. Synderen close on his tail once again, starts up the stomp, but already the impale damage from Puppey will find the kill on the safe lane core. KheZu's not done just yet, double edge is available, slices through Synderen, one more slice will do it too.
Man, these 3 heroes are owning the jungle right now. Nyx Assassin, you usually don't see him have this much impact early, but with the tether, move speed, and the tether slow on the opponents, he's actually able to hit a lot of his impales. Those are some pretty big kills too. Killing Vengeful Spirit this early in the game is quite nice.
Arnie able to knife the invis rune. Looks like he was trying to save it for Pilot Die Puppey. But he won't have it. But these 3 Observer Wards shows Team Secret's intentions at least.
Invade the jungle as early as possible. And with the help of the Sunstrike, it's kind of like they have 4 heroes down there constantly. And Wisp is level 6.
Out.
7 minutes in. My goodness.
Iron Talon IO it's a real thing, man.
Yeah, he's definitely played this a lot.
It's also because he just got so much farm without being contested. Like, the only thing that Synderen was able to stop him doing was killing 2 little satyrs.
Well, he's been involved in 4 kills too.
That rotation down to bottom lane, adding pressure towards a hero who normally is part of a lot more of a potent safe lane, that being the Vengeful Spirit. So Quofa continues his farm. Looks like he's going to go for his normal build, as this Armored into Radiance. They're not rushing any kind of Radiance, just keeping it consistent with the strength gain.
It's only his left jungle though that's really safe for him. That bounty he can pretty much get every even minute. But MP and Pilot are looking to change that.
Yeah, they're coming for the rune. Quofa was able to take it, now he's actually going to stop the stack. Quite a large amount of money, but MP's able to take away from Quofa.
Yeah, they have shut down pretty much every single stack. Look at Nyx Assassin too with his illusions, trying to get out what's going on over here.
MP is bottom lane. Centaur, there's a relocate coming into his MP. They're moving over towards Era. He has swapped. He's trying to play the position. That's why he's throwing KheZu back in again. And the send and the stomp coming in. It's gonna hit just as the chain was coming up from MP. The Synderen with the Echo Stop will do the work, and Era may try and punish. KheZu able to be stunned up. It's a level 2 Frostbite available, and Synderen, well, a couple of punches and KheZu should go down. Era will have the damage. They survive the relocate gank. Don't think Trixie will be as lucky, however. He's going to stick charge and try and surge out, but the Sunstrike's going to hit its mark, or it would if MP already didn't find the kill.
Both offlane are suffering a little bit, but wanted to use that relocate nice and early. That was a great swap coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. They need some tower pressure of their own, though. Right now, Secret's making all the moves, place all the Observer Wards inside the jungle, stealing the bounties, stealing the stacks, and they're mostly free to do whatever they want, whereas NiP, they're just all relying on this Alchemist. He does have his armlet up at the ready, but that's about it.
Give him some survivability if Team Secret trying to force down the towers.
His net worth is not that crazy considering how many bounty runes he's gotten.
Yeah. Well, normally he combines it up by getting the stacks inside the camps, but he hasn't been able to freely do that. That small invasion that came in from MP,
And Puppey's already in there
kind of mess
too.
with the momentum.
Yeah, everyone's in the jungle. Party in the jungle.
Clover's going to guarantee that 10-minute rune. Bottom lane. Error. Stun. Relocates on the way. Error. Oh, the stun strike! Right on top of his TP position. MP just needed a chain to finish the last little bit of damage to kill the Vengeful Spirit.
And they bring the Invoker down here so he can push a tower. I think they can just leave him.
Hard does exactly that.
That's not a hero that you really see too often relocated with, but when you need to secure the tower, is definitely worth it. And they're doing a really good job of shutting down the Alchemist. Net worth is pretty decently in favor of Secret, especially considering that the Alchemist 2000 is kind of where you want to be in the lead if you're Radiant side, but 2000 in favor of Secret. They've been playing extremely well, controlling up the jungle, limiting the stacking. The supports can't stack. They don't have time to do so because all their lanes are under pressure.
Yeah.
And
They have to stay in the lane. Syndra is just doing his rotation thing.
Honey's only level 5. CM is one of the better junglers, I would say, at the moment. And looking to put some moves on right now. Smoke coming out from Era and Hani.
They do see the Syndra moved up thanks to that Observe Ward left on top of the Radiant Shrine. So Team Secret might be able to just read from this the fact there's people missing. And not to mention mid 1, he's reached the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. He's attacking the tier 2 tower while NiP are trying to force something on top, but the only person there is KheZu. Very difficult target to kill, so Syndra is already forced to TP out down to the bottom lane to defend.
And they can almost just relocate out with him. Relocates up in just 5 seconds because he does really get in some deep business.
So they have the damage. Error is now very, very visible. Wave of Terror, he'd have to swap in Pilot Eye as Pilot Eye was tethering away. Quick Stampede, but Hani commits the ultimate. They even committed the Dark Seal wall to find the bonus damage.
3 ultimates for a Wisp.
Yep.
And
Kai has shown that he is very happy to be very liberal with the use of his Nova.
they're trading a T2 though for this T1 up top plus a Wisp. Definitely not a favorable trade for NiP. So neutral camps that Alchemist can farm. 1 Ancient and 2 camps next to the Bounty Rune, and I wouldn't really feel safe farming the other 2 camps. So it's kind of just 3 neutral camps that is available to Koipa, at least without any fear of reprisal.
So then it's going to be all about the fight. It'll be all about actually fighting
Alchemist
together.
is not a fighter.
He really isn't, especially before he's got his Radiance. That's the timing they're waiting for, but sitting at 3,400 gold, he doesn't even buy the Relic yet. He still needs those camps, he still needs the extra bounty runes. So Syndra could try to lay things up with the Echo Stomp on top of the T1 tower, but mid 1 kept the range, EG Splitter as well. They push him out, MP actually going to get splintered in just a little bit from that error. Can't find a good swap target, and Alchemist never got his stun. So they were trying to do the swap into the concoction. Team Secret, perfect positioning.
Forcing Alchemist to fight.
See so much.
Yeah, Puppey is in very, very deep.
This board game has just been on point. Finally, they're going to find the Observer Ward, but it's nearing the end of its life anyway, so Team Secret got what they wanted out of that Observer Ward. But they go dark now on the Radiant side of the map. So the creep waves is what's giving him the vision, everything else is pretty much just the Nyx Assassin.
So look at where MP is. MP is right outside the T3 tower on bottom lane. And Alchemist is forced to sit back and defend the lanes. He can't stack and farm neutrals, which is not very good for his net worth conquest.
He does have the Relic though. So it's not the worst timing you've ever seen for an Alchemist. They'll probably be about 15, 16 minutes in for the full Radiance to be up.
Yeah, it's not particularly good. I think the Timbersaw can destroy the illusions very easily if he is able to get up that Manta Radiance Octarine, which should come maybe 25 minutes.
Farming. If Aaron does the Wave of Terror, okay, he's just going to swap him out. Then Wave of Terror is Hani lets the ulti go. MP can't run away. They try and stampede, but no one's really there to help him. So Timbersaw will drop, and that's basically dying after you just got your Bloodstone.
Surprised he didn't suicide, but they did get so much damage out of that freezing field. That was a really nice combo from Era and Hani. Gotta push the dire side away from that jungle.
Run away, Synderen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mid one just got a free 125 from the Helm Dom creep.
You should think about Trixie, because I know Trixie's been doing this a lot more, and I know Dominator's kind of like the item at the moment. But a Dominator on a Darkseer as opposed to getting the early mech against Secret's push.
They're not gonna be fighting anytime soon.
So you just dominate 9, Iron Shell it up and get more use out of that.
They need the lanes pushed out before the Alchemist gets his Radiance. I think that's the main reason why he's going to get it. Because if they can push out the lanes, then Secret can't actually come to the base. You're worried about the base being broken. Roshan is likely going to go Secret's way unless NiP can sneak in there with all their minus armor. But yeah, I think the Helmodam is really good for avoiding fights. Which mech is if you want to fight, Helmodam if you want to avoid fights. And right now they just do not want to fight. Not until Alchemist at minimum has Manta BOTs, I would say.
Group up, Team Secret, 4-man smoke. Just 4-man Arcane Boots. They actually don't have a smoke on them. They just invade the jungle the old-fashioned way. They're bringing observers and sentries down for this. Arnie's coming out with 4 sentry wards too. They planted one down, which Puppey, they're just out of range of it. Now Puppey comes in range of it, so they can see Puppey. Quick frostbite. The spike characters are over on 2. The stomp from Elder Titan. He doesn't create any space. They lose 2. They lose 3 so quickly, Team Secret. Pump out the damage. Ninjas in Pyjamas didn't know what hit him.
What a Carapace. They have no instant disable. Anyone that wants to disable him, I think the best one is probably Venge Stun, but that has some travel time, and he's stunned 3 heroes with his Carapace. Lines him up perfectly for that Impale. Yikes.
And with that, now you take damage to your tier 2 tower. Pointer's still not ready to fight. Like he bought his BTs, but he needs his armor or the survivability item now, which normally for him has been the Manta style.
Yeah, definitely needs Manta. But the problem is his teammates are very poor. Like Vengeful Spirit had an okay safe lane. They killed Centaur a couple times, but just treads Lance on the VS. Ideally you want like Helmodam plus Lance or Helmodam plus Yasha at this point. And then Crystal Maiden, level 7, no items, working on a 4-staff, but no pieces yet. Elder Titan just crinkles and Windlace and Raindrops, like the bare bones. Like the green on the net worth is just very low.
You can see it reflected. 5,000 gold advantage for Team Secret without the Alchemist, and they're sitting about 4k on the experience. NiP is still looking for these Observer wards, but the sentries are out of range, so Puppey, well, Era saw him. The Sunstrike's going to connect as well. They were putting themselves into this fight, but Era, they need to get himself out. Where's the swap target? The fact the 3-man wall with the ultimate is still not enough. They just stun. Io will fall. Puppey has to make a break for the tree lines. Maybe with MP being frostbitten up, Timbersaw can't keep his chase going, can't keep the damage going. Another spike character, but as it wears off, Arnie's frostbite can finally start doing the work. So much space created by Trixie. Now, Ninjas in Pyjamas need to capitalize. The denial with the Bloodstone from Timbersaw won't give them the kill. And Team Secret, it's their turn to lose the fight 3-0.
That was such a great swap coming out from the Vengeful Spirit. They are really good about protecting themselves with minimal items. Imagine once they actually get 4 stabs, Glimmer Capes, they are going to make them work for any sort of kill. But that fight was without the Invoker.
Oh, Koifa!
Oh,
the Tornado caught him just as he's beating. He has to Chemical Rage and fight this. There's just no other choice. Okay. The choice was death.
Only 290 gold. Secret, if you're looking at someone's net worth, you're not like generally sure how far ahead you are, and a good gauge is looking at the net worth or looking at the kill gold that you get, especially from the richest hero. If you get 290 gold from the richest hero, that means you're pretty far ahead. So Secret know that the supports are just broke, and it's only Alchemists with net worth, and they are destroying the net worth charts at the moment. Because we have access to the graph and stuff, but they don't really know how far ahead they are. They know they're ahead, but by how much. Roshan is up. They could easily take Roche, I think, pretty soon. if Invoker wants to.
They still will probably want to give a little bit of respect. Mid one, okay, where's that stun? Stampede's going to trigger as Puppey coming in through the rear. The ulti, let's go from Hani. Puppey will interrupt it with that Spike Carapace and the follow-up stun, so Hani will go down quickly. It still was mid one. He was the first one being initiated on. Trixie able to dodge out the Sunstrike, the easy splitter. Puppey again. This Spike Carapace has done so much work. Didn't think maybe he'd be able to do that much work with this late pick Nexus Assassin. As you said, if he counters them perfectly, the hero is just worth the pick.
Radiant's top tower.
And
He is
throws the
very
boss down.
farmed too on the Nexus Assassin. He has the Midas and the Arcane Boots, and he was kind of just solo supporting up that top lane.
Yep.
Mid one also made some big plays. He was like getting chased down by Darkseer, and they were trying to jump him with like the Mud Golem and the Alchemist TV, but he Alacrity, he killed the creep, and he almost killed the Darkseer at the same time.
Trixie just having to force his ultimate on this top lane to hold it. And Team Secret will back up. They go back into their farm game, buffing up more and more cores. They still hold 3 out of the top 4 positions on the net worth.
Invoker is really close to the Alchemist, so that is not a good sign for Koikva. He is not as far ahead as he needs to be, and he's gonna get very little help from his teammates. I guess there's a mech on the Darkseer, but
Whoops.
Vengeful Spirit just not very farmed.
Smoke broke and 2 sentries now been committed. 200 gold thrown down and a smoke break. Trixie might also be in a little bit of trouble. Puppey's just sitting behind the town. There's not long left on his vendetta, but they're picking out like they know, and yeah, they do know. Sentry waters down, the Sunstrike's right in the money on the Darkseer with the Impale hit, and the Chakram, more than enough damage. There's ulti, let go from Hani, MP able to Timberchain away, but Era pulls it back in again. Hani had to cancel off the channel with the EP splitter, maybe he'll drag MP in, clicks on Puppey, but again the Spike Carapace interrupting the combinations and anything that NiP wanted to put out. And Era, well, Meteorite on top of him. They're losing too many heroes too often. Mass disables, mass survivability from Secret, and no answer from Ninjas in Pyjamas, because they can't. Koikva cannot be their answer yet.
The Carapace
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
is so good, and it's even before they want to pick up the Alchemist. Alchemist, what are you going to do? Permanently turn off your Radiance? Maybe, but
Radiant's middle tower is
Ion
under
Shell, are you
attack.
never going to cast Ion Shell on the Darkseer? He's probably considering, like, I probably shouldn't Ion Shell myself. He just died because he had Ion Shell himself, got Carapace, got Nick stunned, and just got Sunstruck. So there is not too much counterplay to the Nexus Assassin being in their midst. They definitely need a gem soon, I would say. That's by far the best way to deal with the Nexus Assassin. But
They saw him, but
they're
they
so poor.
still knew they couldn't do anything about him.
Yeah.
It's just like the VS is the only instant stun they've got, but even then that's a projectile, and Puppey's going to respond before that connect.
Look at this Observer Ward on the left side, right outside of T3.
That one.
Well, yep, that one. That's a good one. You can see a little bit up the high ground too, which is nice if you're a Centaur. You can perhaps blink jump someone. That's not a Observer Ward that we commonly see.
Team Secret definitely in the driving seat. Approaching the 10,000 advantage on both Golden Experience and looking to force the issue more. They're going to smoke up and slip into the pit. Now, Radiant do have an Observe Ward around the front of the pit. With the Sentry Ward in place, they
Nyx.
understand what's going on, but
Nyx is looking for someone. They don't know where the Alchemist is, but he is going to show with the Observer Ward very, very soon on the left side. Puppey immediately heads over there.
there's the vision. Here comes the Alchemist, look for the fight, the Sunstrike's down, but it won't really hit on anybody. Sentry Ward's down too, they saw Puppey, they know he's behind the lines, he didn't range the other Sentry Ward, so they got the stun, Spike Carapace is down, maybe they can actually remove the bug, but at the same time Trixie is 1v3ing, Puppey is still alive on 48 HP, a relocate coming in to save him part, I won't get there in time. It's still a 1-for-1 trade off the Darkseer for the Nyx Assassin. Are they having enough? No Koikva, he's going in, highlight die, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, needs to get out with a relocate, he'll have the time, no he won't, he'll fall, but the trade-off is for the Vengeful Spirit. Koikva still wants to keep fighting, and we'll watch him go 1-on-1 or 1-on-3 with mid-1, but he can't see him, so he can't attack him. Sentry Ward's down, Hani tries to create the space, but it's just not enough. Hani lets the ulti go, but there's a Yule Scepter on KheZu. He interrupted instantly. 4 heroes lost for Ninjas in Pyjamas, and Synderen is the only one that lives to tell the tale of why the 300 died on top lane.
Poor Era. He had to swap out Koikva and just got destroyed by that Meteor Blast. That was very sad. That's when you want like a glimmer cape on someone, so you don't have to sacrifice your life, and you can actually tank through the meteor blast. But
Your supports don't
the
have
support,
any
yeah,
money.
the supports don't have anything. That's the main issue this game. Alchemist has been doing his thing, getting a lot of bounties and whatnot, but the supports play has they just have not found any time to farm. They've been giving up kills in the lanes despite being there and not playing greedily at all.
But it's the weakness of NiP, it's the way they played their entire qualifier as well. They put so much effort and pressure onto Koifa just to perform, be it his Tinker, his Invoker, or his Alchemist. Each time they sacrifice everyone else for the greater Koifa. Oh.
Greater Quake. It's a good strat for game 1 though, I would say. An Alchemist / Naga strat.
That's just a little bit too mouse sports.
Yeah.
See? Jump, hook stomp, you can't do anything with that. Honey's dead as well. The EMP will either burn him out. In fact, the EMP damage, oh, I thought that might be enough to finish him off. He's got 1 charges, getting back, Cinder creates space, Honey will survive.
Radiant's middle tower is
They
under
get
attack.
given a freebie from Team Secret. But with Acid Spray down, all Puppey needs to do is blink in. Actually, he didn't go for the blink dagger, he switched back into the Solar Crest. But what he's going to do is walk into Acid Spray and trigger Spike Carapace.
Solar Crest is better for pushing high ground. I think Ags is way better defensively, but they are not in any sort of defensive position. So.
His original quick buy had Blink Dagger, that's why I was looking for it.
Yeah. Blink Dagger would have been pretty good too. He's been in some situations where Blink would have saved him or helped set up, especially now that NiP, their area to cover with sentries is very, very minimal. Well, smoke coming in.
Yeah.
Roshan is not being taken down.
The little chakra just sitting there, farming up the Ancient,
And
and they're chasing it.
to their dismay, there is no Roshan going on.
They're surging up the Sentinel, who actually got body blocked by Koifa. Pylai Dai starts to TP, error, they get the vision, they swap it back out again, so Pylai Dai, 301 gold for Honey for killing off an IO.
He has a Midas on IO.
If I remember correctly, after he got the Midas last time, he built into a straight BKB.
Koikva sneaking into Roach himself. Puppey is outside, but there is a lot of minus armor.
There's no IO for 30 seconds.
Invoker's there though.
And they just burned their Yule Scepter over on the Centaur, so the Chakra will fly in. Where's your Chemical Rage, Koifa? He's getting stunned up inside the pit. He's going to lose all of his mana and his life. MP shreds him apart. Trixie will try and turn it around with a 3-man wall, but there's just no fault. There's no extra control. The Lotus Orb reflecting the Sun of Era. The Sunstrike ride the money, so say goodbye to Crystal Maiden. The Splitter can do its work, but Puppey just uses it against Cinder and stuns him up with a Spire Carapace, and they'll move forward. Highlight A now relocated to the front lines. He'll support him up as well. Nowhere to run for the big Elder Titan. And Darkseer, there's always one. There's always one left alive from NiP.
This is the next Assassin last pick though.
Pretty solid, man.
Middle tower is under attack.
Pretty solid.
I really admired the way those 3 heroes played in the offlane. So
Yeah.
KheZu, Pylai and Puppey. I think that's really what won them in the early mid, more so than anything else in this game.
So Roshan taken by mid one. They beat Tease in the mid. With the 3 heroes again, it's going to be all 5 in just a second. And Ninjas in Pyjamas, they have fortification. They can delay this a little bit. In fact, there is no wall available, so it's more of just a dissuading kind of thing. But Trixie's going to lose his life for a Willy. Greaves as well as 6 shots to keep him alive. MP, his TP gets cancelled, so you'll have to go out the old-fashioned way. But the melee ranks is already taken. Concoction too far away, so Koifa ends up stunning himself as well as Cinder gets them together. And the hold stop catching out too. Era as well as Honey. That could be it. They've lost so much now with no buybacks available. Trixie will be brought down by the Timber, and Puppey's running back in again, looking for anything. How do you fight this? Team Secret can just go for the GG push if they want to, or it can be safety by heading to the bottom. NiP just have no answer.
Has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower
And
is under
Koifa.
attack.
Blink, Yule, off. Tries to dodge it with the Manta style, but there's just too much damage.
Good game.
Good game, well played. 29, not even 29 minutes. Team Secret will take it with the same amount of kills.
Team Secret.
Solid performance.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alking your way to at least 1 victory was a very smart strategic maneuver by Koikva, and if they did win, it probably would have